This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. But the real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man.
Wait a minute. I've seen this before.
I'm innocent. I ain't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. All I know is my side of the story. I can't tell no other story. I'm innocent. And Mama, I love you. P.O.P. all the time.
Welcome to Street Politics. My name is Reese Waters. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the page. A Manhattan jury... Stop laughing. A Manhattan jury has found former President Donald Trump guilty. Yeah, be serious. A Manhattan jury has found former President Donald Trump guilty on 30... Stop! A Manhattan jury has found former President Donald Trump guilty on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Are y'all gonna let me get through this or not? The verdict adds to Trump's extensive legal troubles, which include being found liable for abuse and defamation in a civil trial last year, resulting in over $88 million in damages to columnist E. Jean Carroll. Trump also faces upcoming trials in Washington, D.C., Florida, and Georgia, with charges related to inciting the Capitol riot, mishandling classified documents, and attempting to alter the 2020 election results. He also remains the only president to have been impeached twice. Let's go to a live reaction outside the courthouse.
Trump motherfuckers! Piece of shit! The judge is a piece of shit! The Jesus James is a piece of shit!
They just killed our country.
Who is paying my man's phone bill? I mean, he out here in the middle of the day, so clearly wasn't nobody looking for him to do a job, you know, for payment. And it doesn't look like it's his first day outside. How you got a phone?
The only man that ever stood up for me in my fucking life.
Through and through.
Donald fucking Trump.
Fucking Obama!
Oh, so I guess we got a new Trump kid. You know, take a good look at him, because if Trump gets reelected, he gonna be in the cabinet. You know he loves to bring in family, make him the secretary of street urchins with phones.
Not guilty! Not guilty! Not guilty! Not guilty! Not guilty! Trump! Not fucking guilty! We love you! We love you! Not guilty! We love you!
I guess if you yell not guilty enough times, it just becomes true. It just appears out of nowhere like Candyman. 30 million, 30 million, 30 million, 30 million. Of course, that wasn't the only reaction.
What do you think, Bill?
I think it's time for dancing in the streets. Dancing in the streets.
Trump is not above the law. No one is above the law. Trump is not above the law.
That last one was kind of sad. I'm gonna be honest with you. That looked sad. That looked almost as bad as Black Lives MAGA in the Bronx. Oh wait, what's that? Oh, this happened in the middle of the workday, like just in the middle of the afternoon on a random Thursday. So y'all were working because y'all got jobs, y'all got places to be. Okay, you got people that are counting on you to produce not only for your families but also for society. You had things to do to continue to be a credit to society, so you didn't have time to just follow Trump around and stand outside the courthouse when you're not at a rally. I understand. That makes sense. Now, American voters will determine the significance of this conviction as they prepare for the 2024 election. There's key battleground states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, North Carolina, and Arizona that'll be crucial in deciding whether this conviction disqualifies Trump from another term or if his supporters remain undeterred by his many legal issues. Now, throughout this trial, he used press conferences to portray himself as a victim of the Biden administration and the deep state, which boosted his fundraising efforts, particularly among small donors. In fact, I actually have a video dedicated specifically to everything that happened during the trial, a whole summary if you miss anything. Now, despite serious allegations, many Republican leaders remain loyal to Trump. House Speaker Mike Johnson and other GOP members have shown unwavering support, dismissing the trial as a sham. Even Trump's former rivals, like Senators Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance, and persistent critics like Governor Chris Sununu, have ultimately rallied behind him. Nikki Haley, Trump's last major opponent in the Republican primary, who used to harshly criticize him, has also pledged her support. And I drag her for that, as well as Ted Cruz, right here. But we can't truly know the ramifications of Trump's conviction until we dive into the sea of misinformation that is Fox News. But I wanted to be there live as they found out.
Now it looks like we have some of the verdicts coming in. It is quickly coming in here. From inside, we are starting to hear that there are guilty. There are guilty verdicts. From our producer inside, we're hearing guilty on 1 through 5. 1 through 12, we have now 13, 14 guilty. 15 guilty.
You think they're gonna cry? You think they're gonna cry?
You may hear there are a split of folks here who have been protesting on both sides of this case. Some cheer, some boos, as we are now getting the information from the jury. We're up to 18 counts, 19 guilty. Remember, we have 34 here, 20 guilty. And again, these counts were very similar, what they were looking at. It was different occurrences, essentially, of the same crime, a misdemeanor that was elevated by being linked to a felony, to an underlying crime. We are now 24 counts in, all guilty from inside. This is what we are hearing from our producers, up to 26 guilty. Now, remember, each of these counts could maximum have 4 years in jail. President Trump would be considered a first-time offender. These are non-violent crimes. So it seems that it is unlikely the judge would sentence him to prison, but we are now up to 31 counts guilty out of 34. 32 guilty, also coming in from inside the courtroom. Our producer's now saying 33 and 34. They're saying guilty on all 34 charges. That is where we are at.
Can I get one? We got two. Can I get three, four, five, 7? We're up to 7, 8. We got 8. We got 9. Can I get 9? Can I get 10? Can I get 10? Can I get 10? 11. Can I get 13? Can I get 13? 13. Can I get an 18? Can I get 18? 20. We're up to 20. Can I get a 21? Going once, going to 22. We got a 22. Going once, going twice. 23. 24. We got 25. Oh, can I get a 26? We got 26. Can I get a 27? We got a 28.50. I didn't know you could have half a charge. We got a 28.50. Can I get 29? 30. We're up to 30. 31. Can I get 31? 32. We're up to 32. 32. Can I get 32 and a half? We got 32 and a quarter. A whole quarter charge. 32 and 3/4. Unbelievable. Can I get 33? 33. Going once, going twice. 34. We got 34 charges sold to the man who just woke up from a nap. You know what? That's not satisfying enough. I need to see the faces. You know, like when Michigan State beat Michigan at the last minute and we got the close up of the crying fan. Y'all know I love to see a losing fan.
I mean, we think about that in also the context of the fact that if they're, as we've talked about, going to now start referring to former President Trump as convicted felon Donald Trump, and whether they're going to use that language.
Let me try that on. Convicted felon Donald Trump. Yeah, I kind of like the sound of that.
This man's life is a Greek tragedy. From billionaire, bankruptcy, TV star, Hollywood Walk of Fame, divorces, marriages, children. This man's life is a Greek tragedy. From billionaire, bankruptcy, TV star, Hollywood Walk of Fame, divorces, marriages, children. And that was even before he enters politics. And then you have investigations and hoaxes and a pandemic. And now they're trying to incarcerate this person.
I think I've seen that before. I could do a whole video of Fox News like that. In fact, I probably should. Wait, what's that? Oh, we got a response from Trump himself? Great.
I'm innocent. I ain't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. All I know is my side of the story. I can't tell no other story. I'm innocent. And Mama, I love you. P.O.P. all the time. Right, these all good pimp squad, baby, for life.
Sorry, that was the wrong clip.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. But the real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
No, that actually was the real verdict. You are not sleeping. This is real life.
But the real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end and we'll win, because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess.
I wonder when that happened. I wonder when that division happened. Like, if you could pinpoint an exact point in which we became so divided, when would it be? Would it be January 6th, or would it be before that? Before that, with maybe the whole election, like your whole campaign of division. Would it be the election, or maybe it goes before that, and it's the birtherism? Maybe it might be the birtherism.
We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now, from prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists.
You know what? It's some people walking around free who should be in jail or mental institutions, but I think we just got one, though.
And they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one, with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case, never. And we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Why should voters vote for a convicted felon?
You notice that whole time, his lawyer didn't say a word. Because he know he ain't getting paid.
What good attorney is going to go work for Trump at this point? Not anybody that wants to.
He doesn't pay people.
He doesn't pay, and you lose your license and or go to prison.
Oh, Jasmine Crockett, you know I'm going to have to talk about that. Stay tuned.